First UMC of Eloy was organized in December 1948 by Reverend Gerald F. B. Latham. Services began in the Eloy Community Center, then moved to a repurposed church building before the congregation built their own. Groundbreaking for the new sanctuary was held on January 1st, 1956, and consecrated 1 year later. Over the decades, the church became a beacon of welcome and service, offering worship, prison ministry, food distribution, and deep community care. The final service was held in September 2024. Its legacy lives on in every life it touched and every barrier it helped break down. The property will be sold to a multi-ethnic, growing church in the community that longs to continue outreach to the neighborhood. Velda Rose United Methodist Church held its first worship service on March 15, 1964, at the Velda Rose Motel in Mesa, Arizona. The new ministry's founding pastor was Reverend J. Urban Moore Jr. It soon moved into a storefront space grounded in prayer and community. The first sanctuary was built in 1967. Then in 1988, the church built a new sanctuary, a childcare building, an office complex, and remodeled the original sanctuary. The first service in the new building was held on April 3, 1988. Velda Rose was passionate about creating a space to serve others. From Head Start and Habitat for Humanity to its rummage sales supporting UMOM, UMCOR, Justice Center, and the Wesley Center, among other charities. This church was also known for its excellence in music. In January of 2025, the congregation voted to be adopted by Red Mountain UMC. Nueva Esperanza United Methodist Church, New Hope United Methodist Church, chartered on November 11, 1953, under the leadership of Reverend Lester O. Hooks. The church was formerly known as Hope United Methodist Church and Santa Clara United Methodist Church. It was a vibrant, multi-ethnic neighborhood church that hosted a Boy Scouts troop, supported local schools, and partnered in community events. In its final decade, the church embraced its Hispanic neighbors and offered Spanish-language worship as Nueva Esperanza, New Hope. Through Sidewalk Sunday School, preschool ministry, and a spirit of welcome, the church planted seeds of hope that continue to grow. Its faithful witness in Tucson endures in the lives it touched. Spirit of Hope United Methodist Church began as St. Luke's in 1988, a church planted by 3 covenant congregations on Peoria's growing edge. The founding pastor, Reverend Sherilyn Gay Thorson, helped to shape a faith community rooted in grace and service. In 1995, the church adopted its new name, reflecting its identity as a place of spiritual renewal and hope. From youth mission trips and quilting groups to food pantries and recovery ministries, Spirit of Hope was deeply engaged in service. The congregation held its final worship service in December 2024. In March 2025, the Arizona Korean Fellowship adopted the building as their new permanent place of worship. The Spirit of Hope lives on through the community that gathered here and the ministry that continues in this sacred space. For over 60 years, Maryvale Bridge United Methodist Church has served the Maryvale neighborhood, first as Epworth UMC, founded under the leadership of Reverend Bob Stanley, and as the Hispanic ministry Nuevo Pacto UMF, launched by Reverend Javier Olivares in 2000. In 2021, Epworth and Nuevo Pacto united as Maryvale Bridge with a shared vision of building bridges with God and the community. After years of vibrant ministry and support for over 24 local businesses on its campus, the church reached its faithful completion in the summer of 2024. The property is now being transformed into a high school for students with disabilities, extending the church's legacy of hope and opportunity.